right, guys. Something really interesting. As just a statistic, I had over the last couple of years, I had really ugly situations from with people from Ghana. Specifically, last 3 months, I had really bad one, two bad provocations, and one on the other post that I had, and and I was wondering what the hell is going on. Why it's Ghana? Because we have people from Nigeria, have uh, American African Americans, but why would I have a problem with somebody who is in Ghana? And I still don't have an answer for it, but I have very interesting statistic already, and I was wondering why. As I said, I was investigating my mother's death. I think her death was related to her work in Africa, specifically working with training of Cubans with ballistic missiles. In Ukraine, it's operation of ballistic missiles. She worked in a factory and a laboratory where the ballistic missiles were produced, and so in 1960 she actually worked during her pregnancy with me. Actually, it was and it was early 60s. It was a Cuban Missile Crisis, and she worked there. And then 20 years later, she worked in Angola. De facto, the same people who were trained to have a confrontation with the United States at the time in Soviet Union, that were trained in Soviet Union, working in Angola, and not just because of the ballistic missile control, but they had a lot of pilots there that were trained as well in Ukraine, Kharkiv, Ukraine. This is the hometown, and as I said, my mother died, and I don't believe in her death. Reason, whatever they gave me. She knew a lot of stuff. She knew a lot of stuff about my father's research, which is impulse technology, which is used in regular tokamak systems, but not just that. It's used in impulse weapons, and it's used in general impulse technology. And what is interesting, as I said, when I looked up and what is situation with nuclear research in Ghana, and Ghana, as I said, it's Africa. I saw there is some kind of a tender between Rosatom, which is Russian atomic organization, and government of Ghana for building of mini nuclear power stations that can be spread all over the country and put on a ship or stuff like this. So my point is, there were several coincidences related to Africa, and some of those coincidences was de facto provocation on a specific time. I don't have anything to do with Russia. As I said, I left 50 years ago. I have some of my relatives there, my former wife's relatives, but I have no idea what has to do with nuclear proliferation in current state, whatever is happening with Africa. But yet, I have always some kind of a crap sticking to me. So, I like universal security. The way I see it, they forced me out. And not just they forced me out, I lost a supervisory job. It's a lot of money. And I am 62 and I'm before retirement. So I was out of 35 people, I was only one white. And I brought up stuff related to my mother's demise. My opinion was that she died just because she knew something when she worked in Africa, and there is some kind of a policy change coming in the United States. And I got, but then I got bullied out of my job. Not just bullied out of my job, de facto it's this is like a depriving of income. The doesn't matter because, as I said, it's whatever you can, how he can present a person. But actually, as I said, it has to do with my father's invention, my mother's work in Africa, the history of the Cold War, which is missile crisis during United States, between the United States and Soviet Union during the 60s, and later work and knowledge of my mother, what is happening in Africa during the war in South Africa, but looks like it's still important. If somebody wants to shut you up, it means there is something really important over there, or it's either about to come out as information. And we'll see. The Cold War has answers for a lot of stuff that's going on right now. And South Africa, Angola, and those countries like Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, they have some answers. And now, for instance, Angola is with the big cooperations in business and technology with China. And so my point is there are going to be a lot of secrets still sitting. And will I be able to find a reason for my mother's death? I have no idea.